Hello and welcome to my 2021 Qatar GP MotoGP prediction. Now, this will basically consist of my predictions for all three classes, the race winner, maybe someone that's going to stand out that maybe wouldn't necessarily on paper, and just my overall view on how the weekend's going to go. So let's get into it. Okay, so starting off in Moto3, we have what I think literally could be, as Moto3 tends to be, it could literally be anybody's race. I think Masia looks quite good early on. Pedro Acosta, rookie, Red Bull Rookies champion, looks very, very, very good. Probably a contender, maybe. Xavi Artigas, another Moto3 potential race winner this year. I think him and Pedro Acosta, I think will both be race winners this year. Bold statement for rookies, but those two, genuinely, they're two talents everyone needs to be looking out for this year. They're on competitive bikes. They're in really good form coming out of the previous year. So yeah, I'd put them two down as, maybe one of those two will get on the podium this weekend. I really won't be surprised. But I think what I'll go for as a race winner, I'm going to go with Masia or... In fact, no, I think I'll go with Masia. I think he's just generally the favourite this year. He came on good form out of last year, and he's back on a KTM, which I think, from what he's been saying, that's where he feels more comfortable. So I will go with Masia as my race winner for Moto3. I think the Petronas team look really strong this year. I think having two riders, as Stiggy's mentioned, I think having two riders both up there challenging, which Binder 100% will be. McPhee, veteran of the class, strong pairing. Wouldn't count them out for a win. I wouldn't, to be honest with you, anybody that finishes in Q or even competes in Q2, I would never count them out for a win the following day. So yeah, I'll go with Masia as my race winner prediction for Moto3. But moving on to Moto2, I will go for Sam Lowes. Probably the most popular opinion of everybody this weekend is coming into this. I am actually filming this as of Friday. I've watched, FP1, FP2 today. So Sam Lowes, genuinely on paper, is the strongest rider. Not just saying this because I'm British, but I think everybody in that paddock and in that class, having come out of testing straight into Qatar, which was at Qatar anyway, but you know what I mean, as well as Jerez and Portimao, I think everybody in that class is basically, Sam Lowes is like the benchmark. If Sam Lowes is at this pace this weekend from FP1, FP2, the rest of the class know that if they're around his pace, they're going to be doing they're in the ballpark for a win. And to be honest with you, it's kind of a pro and a con. I think it brings good pressure for Sam, and it's also a con because, if that pressure kind of gets on top of him, which with the experience you'd like to say that it won't, but that is very easy to say. Doing it is a whole different thing. But I think it's a good, that's just a great reputation to have for somebody like Sam Lowes, who's been in the Moto2 class for a while now, on such a competitive bike, with such a competitive package. I think Sam Lowes this weekend, I think it's his to lose, really. I think the VR46 guys, Vietti looks great in testing. Remy Gardner looks great in testing. But testing means one thing, racing means another. And to be honest, starting off on Friday, FP1, FP2, Sam Lowes has looked the most competitive rider by a mile. He's been fastest straight from the off, both sessions. I can't see anybody really challenging him that much. In the sense of, if he keeps going on like he does, Sam Lowes should win this weekend. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm willing to be proved wrong, but if I am proven wrong, I would like to see Jake Dixon win. If Jake Dixon gets anywhere near a podium this weekend, I think that will be arguably the best result of his career. That guy is soldiering on through such a ridiculously difficult injury with the wrist. He even did an interview, I think it was today, or it might have been yesterday, prior to practice, and one wrist goes like that, and then the other's here, in terms of the balance. So he literally doesn't have full rotation in his wrist, and the pain that he must be going through, because it wasn't even a clean break. so he's still recovering from that. But the fact that he's up there already with the pace, I mean, it's only, it's kind of like a hot lap kind of situation we're looking at the minute. But Jake Dixon is up there, and if he gets through it, if he has some kind of injection, which I'm sure he'll have, to get through the race, if he can get through that and keep the pace up with the guys he's running with at the minute, it's only Friday, but if he keeps it up and he gets top 10, top 8, top 5, if he gets near a podium, that would be unbelievable. But there's the quality in talent up there at the minute with Moto2 is just ridiculous. Like, you've got riders that are outside the top 15 today that you would look at and say they will challenge for a title. Like, they could challenge for a title. It's ridiculous. I mean, Raul Fernandez, genuinely, I personally think if anybody in the Tech 3 team doesn't perform to the standard that they expect within KTM, the way Raul Fernandez is looking in Moto2 and how they've easily just bypassed him in Moto3, a couple more races in Moto3. If the Moto3 season was as long as what it should have been without COVID, that guy would have won that title 100%. That guy, every race just got better and better and better. Moto2 comes up, you think, yeah, he'll be there or thereabouts. It'll take a little while to get, to adapt and everything. The guy's top 5 on day 1 of Qatar. Ridiculous. So, like I say, I think if Lecuona or Petrucci don't hit the markers that they're expected to hit this year in Tech 3 and they're not as competitive as what they should be, genuinely wouldn't be surprised if the, Pit Byra and Leitner and the likes of will turn around and say, get Fernandez in at GP. Early doors, he could be like, I think he's like 18, 19 or something like that. He might even be younger than that. The fact that he genuinely could be knocking on the door of MotoGP at that age, a little bit like Lecuona, but Fernandez is genuinely, he's knocking all doors down. Not won a race yet in Moto2, won a race in Moto3. But the guy, for me personally, I think he is the next thing coming through to MotoGP. We saw it with Mir, where he had a few races early doors in Moto2 and Suzuki straight away. They saw it straight away. And the GP paddock will be looking at the likes of Fernandez, who have come straight up to Moto2, hit the ground running, and think, yeah, that's the guy. That is the guy that we want. And personally, I don't see why not. But Fernandez is definitely one to look out for this weekend. I think he's been really quick from the off, like I say. And if you're showing that kind of speed early doors in your first day of competitive racing in Moto2, because testing and racing, completely different things, I really wouldn't put Fernandez out of the bubble, so to speak, of top 5, top 6 kind of range this weekend if he stays on it. So that is my guy to look out for in Moto2. My race winner, Sam Lowes. Okay, so moving on, MotoGP. A lot of people before Qatar have just been saying Miller's going to win, Miller's going to absolutely trounce the championship, as in, there's not even anybody that's going to be close because the Ducati package, him upgrading from Pramac to Ducati, basically people are putting 2 and 2 together and coming out with Miller's going to be world champion, and just, yeah. And to be honest, I can't really disagree with it in terms of Qatar. I don't personally think he's going to be world champion. I'll get to that in a minute. But I think Miller's the strongest this weekend. After looking at what's happened on Friday, Ducati, in general, Qatar, it goes hand in hand. That kilometre-long straight is literally perfect for a Ducati. They gain 2-3 tenths on a Yamaha, which, I mean, to be fair, Yamaha have changed the top speed from about 14k to 9 or 8k on the the factory team's new aero package and everything. So they are making slight improvements, but Ducati is still, 8 or 9 kilometers quicker on a straight. It's a big difference. And Miller this weekend looks quick. I think he's 0.007 of a second off the lap record already on day 1. Yeah, they've tested a lot around there, but the guy's just going strength to strength. I think Miller's the strongest this weekend. I'm going to do a top 3 prediction for MotoGP. So I'm going Miller. I'll go with I think Zarco, a lot of people that I've spoken to, whether it be on Discord, whether it be on Twitter and stuff like that, a lot of people just discard Zarco and they just think, yeah, like, he'll be strong or whatever, but like, I don't know where he'll stand. But he's come out and said it, like, he's openly admitted, you know, with the age that he's at, now is the time to hit the ground running. Like, he's got the package, he's got Pramac. Pramac looked really strong. Martin, new to the class, looked strong. Miller last year looked strong. Zarco, experienced rider, been there and done it, 2 times world champion in Moto2, he has got to hit the ground running. I seriously think Zarco is a strong contender this year for race wins, podiums. I think he'll be up there. Not consistently, because, you know, the range in talent over this class is just, it's the highest it's ever been. But I seriously think Zarco will be up there. So I've got Zarco P2, and my P3, bit of a bold shout, and it's a toss-up between Quartararo, Mir and Morbidelli. I can't quite decide on which 3 I'll go for, because I think Mir will want to stamp down that kind of authority in. I don't think it's a Suzuki track, but I think he knows, especially from last year, that the tracks that aren't Suzuki tracks, he's kind of got to stamp down his authority and not let Ducati get such a big lead on. And again, that's easier said than done, but Mir looks quite strong. He looks like he's really pushing the limit to kind of keep up with the Ducatis, but I think with the confidence of last year, the package they brought into this year, I don't know, we'll see. But I think Mir, Quartararo looks quick again, Viñales, another one. You could literally chuck anybody in for that P3, P2 or P1 slot in MotoGP, which, I mean, that's why the sport's so great, especially at the minute. You could say that for any class, any track, even like Austria and places like that. You could genuinely predict a Honda to win, or, you know, a Suzuki to win. You wouldn't see anybody turn around and be like, that's ridiculous, because the class is so broad in, you know, race winners and people that can win. So yeah, that'll be my prediction. That is Miller P1, Zarco P2, and let's just go with Morbidelli P3. I don't know if that's going to be right or not, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see. I'm doing this prior to qualifying because I didn't want to seem like I was kind of cheating and seeing on, you know, who would qualify well and then kind of just pick them, even though in MotoGP it doesn't make that much of a difference. But yeah, that is going to be my predictions for Qatar. But let's see how everybody gets on. Let's hope for a really good race, a close race. You know, I'm sure there will be, but yeah, I can't wait. This year is going to be really, really special, as of, you know, every year's special, but I think now that we've kind of, we're slowly coming out of COVID, hopefully the whole season doesn't get affected too much and we can kind of bypass that and move on to 15, 16 plus races and don't get too distracted by the whole COVID thing and it doesn't interrupt it too much. But that being said, yeah, I can't wait. And just a side note, I did say I'd mention my championship prediction. I think I'll do another video on that, maybe. Like, and I don't want to just do it like based off Qatar, and, you know, the winner of Qatar doesn't mean they're going to be world champion. But I'm going to do it like a separate video on that in between the 2 Qatars, I think, if I get time. I'm just a little bit busy with university work and stuff. So, barring that, that's my prediction for Qatar. That's my preview anyway. I will be doing a review of Qatar, and then maybe I'll do my part preview for Qatar 2. I'll probably mention a few things after the race. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens. We'll see what happens in the race. But yeah, I look forward to hearing your predictions. Leave them in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, and I'll also put my Discord as I always do. Feel free to join the conversation in Discord. There's a few of us in there. It'd be great to see a few more faces. Follow me on Twitter. All the links and everything, all that sort of thing will be down below. I look forward to seeing you in the race review if you enjoyed this. So yeah, peace.